Hello, you're watching the news on New Vision TV. I am Ruthi Naseje. 18 years after Uganda attained independence and exactly 18 months after the war-toppled Idi Amin ended, Uganda held its first general elections since 1962 on December 10th, 1980. As the rest of the world prepared for Christmas, Uganda started preparing for the 5-year bush war in which 500,000 people, about 5% of the population, perished. In this 13-part series, New Vision takes you through the dark period which ended up rewriting the country's history.
Uganda's first post-independence general election of December 10, 1980 came after several shocks and twists. When Amin was overthrown in April 1979 by Tanzania's army backing Ugandan exiles, the jubilation was short-lived, for his replacement, Professor Yusuf Lule, was removed in a palace coup 2 months later. Lule's replacement, Godfrey Binaisa, rushed to entrench a movement structure of government, the non-partisan Uganda National Liberation Front, and started arranging elections which he was poised to win as he tried to lock out ex-president Milton Obote, who had spent almost a decade in exile in Tanzania and on whose friendship President Julius Nyerere had partly based his support for Ugandan exiles seeking to overthrow Idi Amin. As the president was consolidating his position by knocking powerful soldiers like Defense Minister Yoweri Museveni, who he demoted to the insignificant portfolio of regional affairs, Internal Affairs Minister Paul Mwanga, who he demoted to the Labour portfolio, and Army Chief General Oyite Ojok, who he tossed to Algeria as ambassador, Binaisa was overthrown in May 1980 and placed under house arrest. Preparations for the elections continued, but after taking an entirely different turn. With the troublesome Godfrey Binaisa safely under lock and key somewhere in Entebbe, Paulo Mwanga assumed the office of head of state and declared the return of multi-party politics to Uganda as chairman of the military commission. Yoweri Museveni bounced back as vice chairman and, in effect, vice president. Curiously, Paul Mwanga and his namesake Paul Semogere of the Democratic Party hardly agreed to the killing of the non-partisan UNLF and started competing on party lines in readiness for the elections later that year of 1980. Semogere had earlier petitioned court challenging the removal of President Yusuf Lule. He was to win the case later, but the ruling had obviously been overtaken by events, and Lule was living out the balance of life in exile in England. General Oyite Ojok also resumed his powerful military job. The fall of Binaisa in May 1980 opened war for what a section of Ugandans had feared most, the return of the ex-president Milton Obote. On May 27th that year, Obote returned to Uganda through the west of the country, his light aircraft from Tanzania landing at Bushenyi, where he had a lot of support outside his Lango home in northern Uganda. What the anti-Obote groups had feared most became obvious when the interim government seemed to go on all fours before him. Paul Mwanga himself was referred to more by official media as vice president of the UPC, Obote's party, than that as head of state. It was clear who the boss was. In fact, Mwanga started representing his party boss Obote at some public party functions. Obote was, of course, enjoying support of his old friend Julius Nyerere, whose army was effectively in charge of Uganda. It was such an obviously skewed atmosphere that other old parties and new ones were to compete with the UPC, which was already acting like it was above the state.
Moving on, a section of the Ugandan population has branded the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue, IPOD Summit, which was held yesterday, as a platform for political actors to put forward innovations to turn around the fortunes of the country. However, others said the IPOD platform, as they predicted, did not deal with any original issues. They say the issues political actors raised with President Yoweri Museveni, such as electoral reforms, torture and bifurcation of political activity did not require further debate. For Milton Kambula, the Global Peace Foundation president for the East African chapter, the dialogue is a good opportunity for political leaders to unveil and promote innovative ways of crafting a national vision and value system. And in our sports news, Selina KATUMBA made her World Swimming Championship debut on a good note when she finished third in her 100-meter freestyle race as the 14th FINA World Short Course 25 meters got underway in Hangzhou, China. KATUMBA clocked 1 hour, 3 minutes and 36 seconds to finish third out of 10 in her heat, which was 2 minutes and 36 seconds behind the eventual winner, Jordania's Lendia Al-Sifadi, who made 1 hour, 1 minute, and Papua New Guinea's Georgia Leivelle, who finished second. Now, the 13-year-old is a sister to Arnold Kisulo, who represented the country at similar championship in Canada in 2016. She returns to the pool today in the 50-meter freestyle race, where she will be looking to better her personal best. In the 200-meter freestyle, another Ugandan, Fedil Saleh, finished a distant 8th in his heat, clocking 2 hours, 3 minutes and 49 seconds and 76 seconds behind winner Puerto Rico's Yezel Morales Miranda at 1 hour, 50 minutes and 73 seconds. You're still watching the news on New Vision TV, and in our daily Pearl of Africa series, we look at LUKAYA town. Now, LUKAYA is one of the municipalities in Kalungu district in the central region of Uganda. LUKAYA is on Masaka-Kampala highway, close to the shores of Lake Victoria and just south of the equator. This town has a great advantage for travelers who make stopovers to grab eatables to accompany them through the rest of the journey. Take a look. LUKAYA is a rather semi-developed town. Located in central Uganda in Kalungu district, LUKAYA has become a main stop for long-distance travelers who explore Uganda. The travelers enjoy the chicken roasted along the road, gonja, and also a few drinks they grab to accompany their food. This is clearly represented here. Getting to LUKAYA, which is on the Masaka-Kampala highway, is approximately 103 kilometers by road, southwest of Kampala, Uganda's capital city. This town's infrastructure is in good shape, therefore easing transportation of goods and services. Now, for more Pearl of Africa stories, visit www.newvision.co.ug. Our newspaper, The Sunday Vision, is also another home of adventures, so get your copy every Sunday for Pearl of Africa stories. And that's all I had for you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch my news updates and other programs here on New Vision TV by visiting our website, which is www.newvision.co.ug/video. You can also follow us on our social media platforms. Facebook is The New Vision, Twitter is @NewVisionWire, Instagram is @NewVisionWire, and our YouTube channel is New Vision TV. Catch up with me on my Twitter handle. I am Rothy, the voice. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.